Okay, so the day 3 is all about assembling. Okay, so in the day 1 we were doing the simulation using Autodesk Tinkercad, and the day 2 we were doing Fusion 360, the modeling part, and in the day 3 we are doing the assembly part. Okay, so in assembling, I have created a video. Okay, I mean, in the proper lighting conditions, I've used a camera and I have made a video. I'll just show you the video. Okay. Okay. I hope you can see the video. Can anyone in chat reply me? Can you see the video or not? Anyone? Can anyone please reply if you can see my screen or not using the chat? Okay, so you cannot see my screen. Let me just switch it. Okay, I hope right now you can see my screen. Okay, so let us just start the video. Okay, so first of all, we need a sensor. So what you see right now is a sensor. This was our ultrasonic sensor, as we saw in our um, that we saw in our earlier classes. Okay, and the next thing, okay, and the next thing is uh, will be the servo motor. Okay, so this is a servo motor that we are going to use. Okay, so this servo motor is also known as SG90 servo motor. Okay, it's available around 125 rupees in the market, and this is our Arduino. Okay, so right now I'm going to use this Arduino Nano. Okay, so well, this is the model that I have 3D printed. Okay, yesterday I have 3D printed it, full body. So now we'll move on to assembly. I'll just show you how it will look like when we assemble it together. Okay, so you have seen that how it will look while we assemble it together. Okay, so right now then we'll move on to the connections from now onwards. Okay, so Okay, so here you can see our ultrasonic sensor. You can see the pinouts over there. Okay, there is the VCC, the trigger, echo, and the ground pins. Okay, so you can see all those pins over there. Okay, so well, you can see two circles. Okay, and you can see T and R written over there. I'll just show you where it is. Uh, let's go back a little bit. Okay, so here you can see on this side, on the left hand down, you can see there is a T written over here. Okay, so this is the trigger. Okay, this is the trigger or the transmitter, and on the right hand side there is R. Okay, so R means receiver. So what this trigger does is it sends the ultrasonic signal and the R will receive it. Okay, so let's resume to the video. Well, all the ICs that you see here are for the processing unit. Okay, these IC will help provide the transmitter the signal for generating the ultrasonic sound. Okay, so now the other thing, the Arduino. Okay, so this is how an Arduino board looks like. It is having around 12 digital pins. Okay, sorry, it is having 13 digital pins. Okay, and 7 analog pins with a 5-volt output and a 5-volt input as well, and a common ground for all. Okay, it's also having the transmitter and receiver pin with a reset pin also. Okay, uh, it is a very compact Arduino. It is used in micro projects like this where we require, where we use a less space. Okay, where we require a compact space. In other, as earlier we have seen a little bit bigger Arduino. Okay, so it was an Arduino Uno, and this is an Arduino Nano. So basically, the working and all are same for both of them, but the size differs. Okay, so let's continue our video. Okay, and the servo motor. Okay, so you can see through the shield itself. Okay, you can see through the shield itself the gears are plastic gear. Okay, I hope you can see that. You can see here all the plastics are gear plastics. See. Okay, so it will produce a little bit less torque, but it's okay for our application. So now let's move on to the soldering part. Okay, so we know that the connections, okay, the pinout diagrams, all we know. Okay, so let me just recall the pinouts. The one was the voltage, which is 5-volt VCC. Another one was the ground, and the other one, which were the trigger and the echo pin. Okay, so the trigger was at digital pin 5, and echo was in digital pin 6. Okay, so right now I'm going to mount it over a soldering vise. Okay, so this is a soldering vise which holds our components so that it is easier for us to do the soldering work. Okay, so I'll just load the spring a little bit lighter. It's okay if you don't have the this soldering station, you can do it without it also. Okay, so I just used it because it was laying down there and was much easier to use. It was much easier to solder it. That's why I used it. Okay, so now I'm going to add the wires. Okay, so actually in this video I accidentally wired the black wire to the 5-volt, but in the diagram we recall that it was a red wire because we use red wire with 5-volt always. Okay, we don't use any other color with 5-volt. I mean, it's not a rule, but for a proper project to look like a bit professional, we always use the color code. Okay, so here I dipped it in the flux and then I soldered it. So it was actually a mistake. I soldered the black wire with the 5 volt, but I changed it. Okay, so here I am removing that 5 volt, the pin which I accidentally put it. Okay, so basically the black wire is always meant for ground, and the red wire is used for the live, which is the positive wire. Okay, so it is always used for live wires and positive terminals in every electronic. So it's a basic electronic rule. So that's why I just tend to follow that. Okay, so now our 5 volt is connected. Okay, so after that I'll be connecting my ground, the digital pins. Okay, so first of all, okay, so from this view you can clearly see which all pins am I going to solder. Okay, so you can see the ground over there. So there are two grounds. You can use either of them. Both of them can be used. Okay, so I connected my ground pin also, and then I will connect the rest of the digital pins. So you can see the digital 6, digital 5 and digital 7 over here. Okay, so I'm connecting it in digital 5. So this is our trigger pin. Okay, for the digital 5 we have trigger pin. Okay, and the next wire will be our digital pin 6. Okay, so now I have connected the digital pin 6, the digital pin 5. Okay, so now these were the connections to the ultrasonic sensor that I have to provide. So now I will connect the ultrasonic sensor. Okay, so here I connected another wire also. Okay, so this wire was for the servo motor, which was D7, but later I am going to remove it because the wire was already there. So I won't place it over there. In the coming video, you can see. Okay, so our board is ready. Now I'm going to connect it to our the ultrasonic sensor. Okay, so this is the ultrasonic sensor. I placed it inside our vise. Okay, so you can clearly see the ground, echo, and trigger pins. Okay, the VCC, the trigger and echo, and the ground pin. So the VCC will be the voltage, the 5 volt voltage. Okay, so it will be connected to a red wire. The other trigger, echo, and ground will be connected to the rest wires. Okay, So here you can see I am just snipping off the leads because we don't need that much amount of lead extruding outwards. So I just connected it. I just snipped it out using a normal wire cutter or snips. Right after that, I just started soldering these leads together. Okay, so I soldered the wire first. Okay, that's the first rule of the soldering. First, you have to solder the wires with a little bit of flux over it so that it's easier to solder, and then you will join the pins to the sensors. Okay, so the first one was our VCC, trigger, echo, and ground, like that. So after that, I'll solder the pins itself so that the solder will stick better to it. Okay, so first one was the ground. So right now I'm soldering the ground pin together. The ground pin was soldered. The next one was also soldered first, and then I'll use the VCC, which is our red wire. So I dipped it in flux before soldering. Okay, so now you can see our two wires are soldered, and now three more wires are left. Okay, two for the echo and the trigger, and one for the servo motor, which is the signal pin. You will see in the video that I am also soldering the servos positive and negative in the Arduino board itself. Okay, so I right now I just soldered the other pins also. So here I accidentally just touched the soldering machine to the ground wire also, so that's why it just came off. Okay, so after this I'm going to connect the other pin, okay, which will be our trigger pin. So now I connected my trigger pin also. Okay, so now the connections are complete. Okay, so you can see we have done the soldering. So there is a bridge between these two, so I am just unbridging it. Okay, so now it's unbridged. Right now the soldering part is complete. Okay, so I'm just giving it a bit of a clearance between each legs so that the solder points would not get in touch, would not get in contact with each other. Okay, so I'll just set my voices apart and I'll just use my servo motor connections right now. Okay, so you can see there are three wires for the servo motor, where the brown wire is the ground, the red wire is the VCC, and the orange wire will be our signal pin. Okay, so here I snipped off its head. Okay, that's the female jumper. So I just snipped off the ends, and right now I'm peeling it off in order to reveal the wires. Okay, the conducting part. Okay, so right now I'll just use my wire cutter to remove the insulations of these wire. Well, it's pretty much fun to make your own things when you have all the tools with you. It's really mesmerizing. It's the way that you learn how to make something that that you can just show, and you can, well, basically we can use in our daily life. Okay, so this product I use in my home right now every day. Yeah, I just put my hand over it. Well, the circuit is a little bit more complex than this. Okay, because I connect my batteries also, so it's a wireless one. So the one that I'm going to show you right now is the wired one. So that's why. Because after that, now I'm going to connect it to my Arduino. Okay, so I'll just focus my camera. Okay, so you can see that I am removing the wire which I just soldered before. Okay, so I also told it over there also. I mentioned it over there also. Okay, so now I'll be soldering these wires. So now you can see clearly. So here I have soldered my digital pins. Okay, so just use a little more solder to fix it properly. So I'll just solder the ends and then I'll dip it in the lead oxide, which is our flux, and then I'll solder it. Okay, so right now it's soldered perfectly. And now I'm going to solder the ground and the VCC from the Arduino. Okay, so I'm going to solder it from the back side. Okay, so VCC is soldered, and now I'm going to solder my ground connections. Okay, so right now it's done. Okay, now I'm going to just connect it and check out whether whether the connections are working. Okay, I've already uploaded the code, okay, using the Arduino IDE to our Arduino Nano. Okay, so now I've connected it and now I'm checking. Okay, so here you can see the servo motor rotates. Okay, as I just put my hands close to it, just turns on, then it turns off. Okay, so you can see it works. And now we are going to do the assembly part. Okay, so I'm going to fix it inside the parts that we 3D printed. Okay, so I have already made all the connections, and right now I'm just fixing it inside the casing that we already made. Okay, so yeah, so here I'm going to put a cover on it. Okay, I have also 3D printed that cover. Okay, so here you can see how we made our dispenser. Okay, so one more thing is left to glue the motors on top of it. Okay, so there is a portion which I'm going to just place a little dab of hot glue and I'm going to just place it over there. That's simple, right? Okay, so our final product is ready. It's fully assembled. Okay, now you can see the working. Okay, so you saw how this dispensing works. Okay, so I'll just slow the speed so you can see it clearly, much more clear view. Okay, so the lid was on, and after that, I placed my motor over there. Okay, so right now you can see when I put my hand over there. Okay, I put my hand over there, and the sensor already sensed the, I mean, my obstacle over there. Okay, so it was not receiving any signal, so it made it think like there is some obstacle in between the path. And what happened, the Arduino gave the signal to the, gave a PWM signal, which is a pulse width modulation signal, to the servo motor. The servo motor has rotated according to that PWM signal. You can recollect it from the code that we have written. In the code it is written the servo digital 150. Okay, so it will move in a corresponding angle to 150 digital signal. Okay, so you can see as I place my hand, and you can see the motor turns, and it, see, as I placed my hand over there, the motor turned and the liquid got out. And then you can wash your hands. If you need some more, you can always place your hand after that also. Okay, so now you can see how you can make a soap dispenser at your home itself, okay, easily. You just need to buy some parts which are readily available in any electronic shops you may go. Okay. Okay, so this was about the today's assembly part. Okay, it was quite uh, interesting, I hope. So let me just share the screen. Okay, so the assembly part is also complete right now. Okay. So now it's time for the QA session. Okay, so if you have any kind of queries or questions, may please post it up here. And also, I have given some work for you in the Google Classroom. Okay, I think only few of them only submitted the assignment. Okay, let me just check. It's only a few. Okay, two or three students did the. I think it's Alan Matthew who. Yeah, Alan Matthew have did a design. Okay, so I'll encourage you to do these kinds of activities so that I'll be able to interact with you more easily. Okay, so this is the design done by Alan Matthew. Okay, it's pretty good. I think it's a, uh, I think it's an LDR based light sensing circuit or so. Okay, it's done pretty neatly. By the way, it's done pretty nicely. I mean, pretty nicely. It's well designed circuit. Okay, so there are no overlaps, and yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so I need a response from you guys also to do like this. Okay, so now is the Q&A session. So if anyone have any kind of doubts in soldering or anything that I just showed you today, if you guys have any doubts, then please respond. Please respond fast so that I can just give you the appropriate answers. Anyone with any kind of doubt or any kind of feedbacks, like how I should teach, or is there any uh, say should I improve with the, I mean, is there a room for improvement or anything like that? You may suggest me if you want to. Okay, I'm open to all kind of discussions. Okay, so here I am also doing the 3D printing services. So if you want the product, you can get it from me with a price. Okay, I'll be doing 3D printing of your file, so you can design your own file. I'll do the 3D printing. You just have to pay for the 3D printing, which is quite cheap, and I'll ship it over to you so you can see what you have made. Okay, so yeah, it's over to you now. If there is any kind of doubts regarding anything, how to make it, see, you can always use other motors also. So this was the SG90 motor, which was having a plastic gear. There are some other motors also which come with a metal gear. It's known as MG. The other one was SG, and this is known as MG, which is metal gear. MG 995. It's a motor like that. It's also servo motor. It's a metal gear servo motor. I just show you the image over here. Okay, how does that motor looks like? So here you can see on the right hand side. So it is a metal gear. It's a purely metal gear. So it will be having a little bit more torque when compared to the motor that we used. Okay, and there are other metal gear servo motors also. Okay, I'll just show you. Well, this one was the MG 995. There is also a little bit less costlier one. Okay, which is M MG90S. Okay, so this one is also a metal gear one. Okay, MG90S. This one is also having a higher torque, so this is also a good one to select. Okay, so this was all about the sessions that I was having. So I would like to get feedbacks from you guys. So if there's any kind of suggestion that you want to provide, I'm open to it. Okay, so any suggestions? Will or you would like to have more classes like this? Anything that you may suggest? I'll take into my account. Okay. Well, I think so that there is no doubts as far as I am concerned. Okay, so I'll be posting the today's class session in my YouTube channel also. So over there also you can watch. Okay, so thank you for joining the class. So right now I'll just end my the class right here, and you will be getting the certificate if you complete the work, okay, the provided work. So thank you, have a nice day.